brought a straw cowboy hat that I think looks sort of stupid, so I can only wear it in a shadow, and so I made a deal with her. I said, "Hey, look, I have this hat that looks cool on you, but on me bad. I don't know why, but do you want it?" And she nodded both our heads yes. And through the wall I tossed to her this hat that was made to be worn only by beautiful shadow figures who didn't mean to be so greedy. She spells out with her model hands in puppetry and ballet letters. She says she's sorry she has all the beauty. She knows it's all but mostly wasted. She wishes she could give some to me so the beauty could live to see. And I say, it's okay. I don't really worry about the things that I can't change. Enjoy the hat. Sorry I can't wrangle as a cowboy. I was in Los Cerrillos, and little did I know that I was staying put so I could hear the train blow, so I could hear the birds' wings make an invisible sound, so I could go to Sunday Mass in the oldest church in town. I was in Los Cerrillos, and little did I know it'd be the very final time I ever heard from Mr. Jones. I didn't want to talk, but I was much too much alone, and it was nice to hear his voice, though I knew it was done. I was in Los Cerrillos, and little did I know that when I'm laying out the maps and got my head on the pillow, that when I minded my own business, that's when it would hit, that I would cry and feel pain I never ever felt. A ball up a tissue and squeeze it till it hurts, and I muster up no strength to throw it on the floor. I go through box tissues with my little winter nose, with my eyes made for crying, made for making rain falls. I was in Los Cerrillos when I felt so lonely, I'd never felt this type of way, didn't know what it meant, so I prayed and I begged, oh please make it end, but then I talked a while, said how it makes me sad that if it ends that must mean I've gone numb or even worse, that I've turned to stone, that I've toughened right up, so that it doesn't faze me, and that would mean that I'm at peace with never ever 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 having somebody. And then I cried even harder at the thought of being tough, and I said, I take it back please, I want to be soft, I want to feel everything, though I think I might die, I guess I know it won't kill me till it really is time. And I cried, and I said, well, I don't know, it just hurts something bad, and I won't even have a hope. It's just real, real dark, not having no love. It's just real, real lonely in Los Cerrillos, where I cried, and I prayed to God, and I went through box tissues and went to bed at dawn. Troubled, very troubled, but in the graveyard with the plastic cups and the cement blocks that have black paint spelling reserved, I feel pretty good. I'm going to kidnap a boy under the age of 40. I'm going to sit Indian style on his back as he walks like a doggy. We will slowly make our way up the long sand road. The dirt will show him its gold and tickle his handsome nose. He'll ask me, where am I taking you on this lovesome eve? I'll say we're going to the Creosote Bush after some springtime rains. I want to make up for lost time, so I'll push your face into the flowers. I want you to stay there a while and breathe very, very fully. Fill your lungs with all the times I've been out here alone, after the springtime rains, walking down these long roads. The sweet maturation of 11,000 years wrings me like a washcloth and winds the clock for me. You could be living in a way you can't really explain, living in a way that can't really qualify as living, but the lizards will do a rain dance, and the rain will come, and the Creosote Bush will sing its heart song, and you'll be touched and reminded that you are still here as the resin air rewrites your short story into a fairy tale, a timeless classic of endurance and love, as I want you to fill your heart with her blessed buds, and then we'll lay our heads down on the earth and look up at the clouds as the orange rinds hug each other's purple-blue bodies, and I will hold your hand, and you will hold mine too, and then we'll walk upright like normal unless you liked how it was before. Ill-fitting suede number. You work enough for the camera. Your one-line resume got you the job. Congratulations are in order. There isn't anything else needed of you, as I spend all my time alone. So it's just you and me, cowgirl. Sorry to disappoint. But maybe if you fit me better, I'd wear you out in public. I'd go into the health food store and all the freaks would get their shit together. You need to know how the tumbleweed perfectly rolled itself in a movie scene and bounced like a cartoon along the trampoline pavement. Though it was crying and it was lonesome, it did the one right thing it was born to, and did it so well, right there I turned into a standing ovation audience in three-piece suits and bodice dresses in a gilded theater with red velvet seats. I clapped 1,000 claps for it. The men of me whistled their hands, and the ladies lifted their skirts. You were a princess on the stage, gracing us all with your presence, and I wish you were not so sad, but I understand, I really can. The heaving and saturation of the Eeyore walls, caving into themselves as they stand too tall. Too tall, you say? Why, yes, I do. Too tall for me? Too tall for you. The trees are dead, and if they're not, they're cursing at their old friends on the ground and praying, give me their rot. They're salivating with the ugliness of envy, dribbling burnt oil from a scabbing car past due for a change. Their eyes are getting redder as they beg for asphyxiation. They're making deals with the devil and to us weary, rotless tourists. Christians crossing into Mecca in a dead-eyed, fateless trance, poking at the earth with accessorization ski pole hands. Maybe I almost slipped in my high-heel cowboy boots. Maybe it was all your voodoo gear putting me in a curse. Oh, well, you can call me Jade, and I'll call you Jade too. I'll bury you with your ski poles. You can bury me in my boots. Our gravestones made of jade will say until we jade again. Jaded beyond words, jaded beyond measure, a jaded wife and mother. May she rest in jade, in loving jaded memory of her lovely jaded daughter. Today she dances with jaded angels. The kingdom of jade is within you. Oh, excuse me while I go melt into a puddle. Let me just not trip over your ski poles. 2 strawberry cowboys my age in Canadian tuxedos. The long-haired one of them says to me, "Hey, see, look, we're in the Double Denim Club." And he makes me blush, and he makes me laugh, and I sorta wished he'd kiss me and we'd just run off together. Oh, heaven, please whisk me away from whatever life I'm living. Please whisk me softly into your whipped cream peaks and valleys. Oh, please, God, I'm a ninth life stray trapped in the body of a girl, and my Canadian tuxedo is all black and everyone else's is all blue. Maybe that's why I'll never make it with a Canadian. I wonder if there's a Canadian out there who's a little more like me. Oh, Sophie, quit your dreaming and come back down to earth, please. You're knocking shoulders with the plebes in this tarantula wall of cavities. Oh, dear graceful God, please give me some damn grace to not cover myself in honey and sneak into the cowboy's truck bed. I almost didn't go in a Sunday Mass in the oldest church in America because I felt too ugly. I looked like a pig, looked like a bulldog hit by a train. But I went in and the Nigerian priest spoke in a slanted, commanding gentleness, in careful ways, making sure never to shame even the most broken daisies. I didn't get up to eat the wafer, to stand in line and drink the wine. I hadn't tiptoed beneath a steeple since I was a child winking at stained glass figures. I didn't grow up in a religious family, and had always harbored a wistful envy of white sheep sheltered by their shining belief as the wolf was blighted by the island of atheism. And then I found myself in a natural surrender to something, anything, outside my replicating jail cells. The venomous snake was making its way up my hips, and I took my fangs and stabbed it in the head. I laid on the ground as my skin was shedding, catching my breath with no hurry. And when I learned I happened to be in town for mass that happens just once a month, I said, oh well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I will go to this church and sit down as a pupil. I will listen to the 400-year wise wood speak, and my mind will be quieted by a cherub's quilt. I sniffled and cried the whole damn time. My blurry mind made blurred eyes, and when it was done and I walked back, I looked in the mirror and I stared. She looked like she could be something, a type of face that didn't draw hate. The dog had come back in another life, as a swan meant for love, and so she'll get.